think we're live. We're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live show. I'm Lucy, the book bell, and I'm with my
Olivia.
friend Olivia. Thanks for joining us, Olivia, for the Cosy Autumn Readathon. And
I'm so happy to be here.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling very cozy. I'm in like my nice little study. Got a hot chocolate. Like I'm ready to
Wearing
talk.
like a Halloweeny themed.
Oh yeah,
I love it. Very cute. I know. I'm wearing my I can't work out which way it is. There we go. My little leaf peeper jumper.
Oh my god, I love it. I have too many like
Halloween
autumn clothes. Like
I know.
I've got an entire wardrobe for it. It's
exactly. It has to be done.
Yeah.
But we are here today because we're halfway through the Cosy Autumn Readathon. And we're hosting some sprints. So hopefully we'll give everyone a bit of time to join. Let yourself known in the comments, by the way. Let us know where you're from and kind of what you'll be reading during these sprints. But we thought for the first half an hour, whilst we wait for people to kind of get here, get cozy, we'll just have a little chat because Olivia is a debut novelist, which is super exciting. And for a bit of context, Olivia and I know each other from publishing. We used to work at the same place, which was really exciting, and have just been friends ever since. So
good times.
Good times. So Olivia, you published your debut novel, Beautiful Little Fools, this year.
I did.
You got it with you?
Right here.
Looks glorious. Do you want to tell everyone what it's about?
Yes, this is
elevator pitch.
I know this is the bad thing because I literally work in marketing and pitch books all day long. But when it comes to pitching my own book, even though it's now been out for like a month, I'm like, So
what is it about? I wrote it.
So what is it about? It's set in the 1930s and it's about a young woman named Birdie whose parents basically are trying to force her into an arranged marriage to a man that she doesn't really know, and everything she does know about him so far, she does not like. What Birdie wants is to become a professional artist. That's her passion, like painting and drawing. And so with the help of her aunt, she manages to convince her parents to let her escape to a Cornish art school for the summer. And in return, she promises to marry the man of their choice when she returns. However, once Birdie gets to Cornwall, she immediately falls in with a group of like bohemian artists and starts to kind of like experience her own freedom and independence, and gets totally carried away on it, basically. And then also meets a dreamy young man who perhaps is more to her taste. And then she poses herself with the problem, what is she going to do? Is she going to return home and forget her summer of freedom, or not?
That was a really good description, to be honest. Like, you sold that book so well.
Thank you.
I've also linked Olivia's book down in the description. So if you're intrigued by this, if you want a bit of like Great Gatsby glamour in your life, set in Cornwall, you know what to do. So it's linked in the description if you do want to buy it. But Olivia, obviously, we're here because it's autumn and we're hosting this readathon, reading sprints and everything. Are you a fan of autumn, or is that a stupid question?
Actually, it's not a stupid question because I'm a 50-50 fan of autumn. I'm like this is
good. I thought you were like a diehard autumn fan.
Right? Like, yeah. I'm giving you the vibes. And I am a big fan of like beautiful, bright, crisp days, getting cozy, getting your scarf out, walking around the park with a pumpkin spice latte and like just pretending you're in a movie. Love all that. What I hate is when the spiders come out.
Oh god, it really is when the spiders come out. Yeah,
spiders like all over the house, and like in the bushes, like the big chunky ones. Yeah,
I've had a few of those. Walked into them and it's just on me.
Oh, like that is literally like one of my biggest fears. There's one on the bush just outside my front house that I keep nearly walking into like every day. I'm like, oh, it's just like there as a reminder to be like, autumn isn't always great.
True, but it is when you stay inside.
Yeah,
which I'm quite a big proponent for, to be honest.
Actually, to be fair, last year we moved into a third floor flat, and since then there haven't been any big spiders in my house. I don't think they can get upstairs. So that's a tick for autumn. So.
Love that. Love
but
that.
Yeah, in general, I absolutely love autumn vibes. And I think it's great, but only when it's sunny and dry and the spiders aren't in my house.
Okay. I feel like that's quite sensible, to be honest.
Thank you.
I don't know anyone who likes spiders. I mean, prove me wrong. I mean, I can just see in the chat.
She's a bit like, wow, I thought I knew you.
Yeah. I was a bit nervous then because I was like, oh my God, I've invited you on this channel. And what if you turn around and be like, actually, I really don't like autumn.
You really should have asked that beforehand.
I probably should have, I know. Just looking at the comments, I can see someone is from Australia, which is amazing. I'm reading The Library of Lost Things by Laura Taylor. I think I've heard of that book, but I haven't read it.
I've heard of that too, and I'm fairly certain it's like autumn vibes.
Oh, is it? I mean, I'd hope so for the readathon, but you never
know. I'm so sorry. My cat has just appeared from like under the sofa and is now rustling around.
I love that. A special guest for the readathon.
I might just shoo her out.
Yeah, that's completely fine. Or she can join either way. Very good. Whilst Olivia is shooing, if you are watching this and you haven't said hi in the comments, please do drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Oh my God, she is so cute. I cannot. Oh my gosh.
You just wanted to be part of it, didn't you?
Yes, she did. Is it Coco?
Yeah.
Coco. Oh my God, so cute.
She's actually got a little pumpkin hat. I should have put it on in the preparation.
You can put it on your Twitter and Instagram after.
I will.
Olivia's
want to follow me for that content
as well, so you can all follow for cat content, which I love. But yes, so the format of today's live show, for anyone who is wondering what we're going to be doing during these 2 hours, is we're going to just have a little cozy autumn chat up until 6 p.m. From 6 p.m. we are going to be sprinting for about 20 minutes, and then there'll be kind of chats interspersed with sprints. So I think we'll probably be sprinting for over an hour in total, and there'll be lots of time for everyone to get reading. Please do let us know what you'll be reading in the comments. I am dying to know. For everyone wondering, I'll be reading Spells for Forgetting by Adrian Young. I can't get it like front and center. There we go. Look at this edition, by the way. This is the Fairy Loot. I'm like ruining it by folding the pages in. But this is like the Fairy Loot edition.
Oh my God.
It's like one of the most like stunning editions ever.
They're all so beautiful. I don't have a Fairy Loot edition, I'm afraid, but I'm going to be reading. We had a bit of a debate about this beforehand.
Yeah. Tell people what you're reading.
I'm going for Lucy's like, is she going to make the right choice? I'm going to read, for the very first time, shockingly, The Secret History by Donna Tartt.
That is a really good autumn choice.
I'm like, it feels like an OG kind of dark academia read, and then it's going to lead me really nicely into the rest of my autumn TBR, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I can't believe, to be fair, I was just about to say, I can't believe you've not read that yet. I only read it for the first time last year, so I have also been like way behind the times. But
I also can't believe I haven't read it. Like, it's been sat on my bookshelf for like 1 or 2 years, just like waiting. So thank you for inviting me on, because it's finally getting its moment.
You need the push you need to read The Secret History. Yeah. Has everyone let us know in the comments as well, have you read The Secret History and did you enjoy it? Because I must say, I really enjoyed it. I was a bit worried because when something's like so hyped like that, I freak out.
So, yeah, exactly. But I've also seen so many people say it's like their comfort read as well.
Mm.
And a lot of people that I trust. So
that's good. Yeah.
They better not let me down. But yeah, I was like, cozy autumn readathon, that's the time to make a new comfort read. So
yeah, for sure.
Donna Tartt.
Definitely. And to those participating in the readathon, let us know how many pages you've read so far in the readathon. I've already finished a book, which was like very unlike me, because I consider myself quite a slow reader, but I've read 350 pages of one, like I finished one book, which was like 350 pages. And I just read 100 pages today of this book. So I'm like, what's wrong?
That's really good. Yeah, I'm also a slow reader.
Yeah.
I'm like,
This is what happens when you take a day off work just to read books, which I did yesterday. And it was the right decision because I read so much. So yeah.
Did you literally take a day off for the Cosy Readathon? Because if so, I have so much respect for that.
Yeah, you've got to give it 100%. Like, I feel like it would be a bit cheeky of me to just like half-ass my own readathon.
I love that.
So I was like, I'm going to take a day off, you know? Why not?
You all read, but I'll be busy actually.
Exactly. Just looking at some comments. So we've got someone from France, which is very exciting. I'm always like shocked to see where people are around the world watching this. So it's great. And someone said, hello, Lucy. Hello, Jonathan. He said, been reading your spicy mafia romance. I think you mean what? I can't remember. Sophie Lark, who is one of my favorite romance authors of all time.
Okay, because I'm like, no, but yeah, I'm like, what is this? Because I want to read it.
Everyone who wants to know what the spicy mafia romance is, there's an author called Sophie Lark who writes mafia romance, and it's like the best series I actually probably have read, like in the romance genre. Like, kind of, I don't usually read a lot of contemporary romance, but oh my God, is it good? Like, really good plot wise. It's not just the spice that's good, it's just like everything about it. So
I think the rest of my autumn TBR just went out the window.
I will literally link you the books. So the first book is Brutal Prince, and there's a whole series of like all these different mafia families in Chicago, I think, or Seattle. I can't remember. So yeah, very good fun.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I remember when we were still working together and we were reading the Vendetta series by Catherine Doyle.
So good.
We were all so obsessed and we were just waiting for that last book. And like as soon as we were just like, everyone get out the way.
There's something about like mafia romance that I just love.
So
I just find the mafia really intriguing.
Me too.
I know that's a little bit weird.
No, we're on exactly the same page. I love anything about the mafia, and if you throw romance in there as well, then I'm like, yes, please.
Yeah.
I'd quite like to write a mafia romance, but I don't know when or how yet.
Do. You're going to have to do so much research in the mafia though.
I'm like, oh, nightmare.
Exactly. Please write a mafia romance. I want you to publish that.
All right, I'll speak to my agent.
Yeah, that'll be the next thing, mafia romance. Exactly. We've got someone from Southern California. Very jealous of where you are right now. I'd love to be in Southern California, I must admit. Someone's also said, I also read Brutal Prince. It was wild. Yes. In a good way, though, I hope you thought it was wild. Fingers crossed. I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun.
100% sold already.
I will link you after this and you will not regret it. It's great. But yes. And yeah. Mafia romance, who would have thought? But big fan. And also, I must say, you've written a historical romance, so you're already like in the romance genre.
I'm in the romance genre.
It's not that much of a step.
And then, you know, I could do 1920s mafia as well. I mean, I wrote my dissertation on where it was like changes to post-World War I society are like based on The Great Gatsby. So there was a whole section in that was about the mafia as well.
That's
and
amazing.
Like prohibition and stuff. And I was just like living my student dream. So I've already done the research. You're like, you have to do research. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the research. I just need to add the thing in.
You just need to add the romance bit and you're sorted. I love that. Please do. We'll be talking after this. Shema, I think that's how you pronounce your name. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I read The Family from Naomi Kropinski. It's about the Italian mafia from the 30s to the late 50s. It was so good. Oh, that sounds amazing.
Oh my God.
Another one I need to look up.
These recommendations are incredible. I'm going to be set till Christmas.
I know, right? I mean, that is the one good thing about the readathon. I feel like I get so many recommendations from everyone's TBRs. So as we are here to celebrate the readathon, can everyone let me know if you have managed to read a book so far? What's on your TBR? Like, what will you be reading in these sprints today? If you did miss it, I am reading Spells for Forgetting by Adrian Young. Olivia's reading The Secret History, which is a 10 out of 10 choice. And yeah, we're just excited for some cozy reading time. I've also got my pumpkin spice latte. I am literally a joke of an autumnal person.
No, can I just say I've already seen that mug in Starbucks and I really want it.
I saw it and I was like, I shouldn't because I've just got so many mugs, but it's meant for me. And I was like, if it's a pumpkin, I'm going to buy it. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I'm also a joke of a human being because I'm drinking this. This is the stuff I was telling you about. I've got Witch's Brew hot chocolate. It's literally green. I don't know if you can see.
What does it taste like though?
It just tastes like normal. I think it's like white hot chocolate. So it basically tastes like I'm drinking a cup of melted white chocolate. And
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I'm about that.
Yeah, that's a really sensible choice.
Yeah.
Let us know what you're drinking if you're watching this. Are you drinking a hot beverage? Let us know. Or maybe something alcoholic. It might be an evening. Well, it's technically an evening here, but I thought I should probably like hold back on the wine or something.
I was like, let's make
on live stream. Oh well.
This is actually a whole cup of Baileys.
Well, exactly. I mean, to be fair though, like that's a good choice for a hot chocolate. So
definitely. Come Christmas, like every drink I have has Baileys in it.
Yeah, very, very good. Let's have a look at some comments. So someone said, I've also read The Book Eaters by Sunyi. I've not heard of this.
I have. I've heard such good things about that. Someone was telling me about it the other day.
Oh, is this the one that's just come out? Or just out now? I think
so.
Yeah. I have seen that because it's kind of like the book jacket's kind of like a handwritten page type thing.
That's just someone recommended that book to me the other day and then I completely forgot what it was, and having just seen it I'm like, that was it. So thank you for that.
So another one to add to your list then.
I know, oh my god.
Love it. Oh, that's about your research subject. That's so cool. So what a great research subject.
Oh, thank you.
Pronunciation of my name. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I got it right. So that's all good. But yeah. So autumn, we'll have to get back onto autumn because this is the Cosy Autumn Readathon.
Yeah.
What is, and I really want to know this, like what is your dream autumn day? And then I'll tell you mine.
Okay, so like the whole day. Because I'm like, I'd say we start it and you stay in bed for like at least an extra hour or so, like cozy under the covers. Your book's right there so you can just reach it. Hopefully you've got someone who's like going to bring you a coffee or something so that you have your cozy drink, but you don't have to actually get out of bed to get it. Yeah. I mean, we're talking about dream day here.
Dream day.
I don't know how likely I am to get that.
It doesn't have to be reasonable, just like the ideal day.
And then get up, go put on a really great autumnal outfit first of all. Probably got like some plaid in there. A big like woolly scarf, some nice like tan boots, the whole thing. Then take a walk to the nearest Starbucks, get a pumpkin spice latte, but no judgment here. They are so sweet.
Yeah, so I can't drink them as like a coffee drink. They're like more of a desserty drink for me.
Yeah, I'm like half the syrup, please.
And clever. I like it.
Cream. I take the cream out as well. Woo. Don't hate me. She's like, oh my god, who are you?
No, that's okay. I kind of get that. I get that with coffees for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that drink and I'm gonna go walk around the park by myself because I will say autumn is a solitary month. I'm sorry, I don't want to hang.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I like that.
Headphones in, listening to Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift Midnights, which.
Oh my god! How have we not even discussed this yet? I appreciate it's a really fun.
Scare everyone off by like the limits of my obsession, but we'll get onto that. We'll get onto that. We've got a whole 2 hours.
I mean, yeah, that's definitely got autumnal vibes, and then we've also got Evermore. We've got Red Taylor's version. Like we're just blessed with so many autumnal songs that I can just like sip my coffee around the park, kick some leaves around, and then I'll come home. Have like make a really like hearty soup.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, something like quite chunky, like tomato based. And then like settle down and maybe put like a spooky movie on with candles.
Oh my god, that sounds incredible.
Dream autumn day.
Yeah, I like how I have literally just sprung this question on you. It's almost like you had an answer prepared. You're like, Yeah, reel it back.
Yeah, that wasn't difficult.
I love it. To be fair, mine's quite similar, I think. Like,
Nice.
yeah, autumn outfits, hearty, like breakfast, like porridge or something like cozy. And then walking around somewhere that's kind of historic. And you
Yes.
can get all the like moody autumn pictures and all that type of stuff. And then, yeah, spooky movie night. Sounds perfect. Taylor Swift, obviously.
Of course. It's not autumn if
Yeah.
it doesn't feature Taylor Swift.
Exactly. And we will definitely go on to that later on, I think. We have to.
We have to.
I hope people here are Taylor Swift fans. That's like the requirement for entering the live show.
Yeah.
Suddenly
So you have
all
to
the
leave.
viewers.
Don't leave.
Exactly. Please don't leave. Let us know what your, if you're watching this, what your ideal autumn day is down in the comments. In the live chat, I really want to know, like, is it kind of, does it match up with mine and Olivia's? Let us know. I also realized that, you know, if you are kind of like in Australia, your autumn day is going to look very, very different to our autumn day.
Yeah, I want to know.
It's all the same vibes.
Yeah, like in Australia is like a perfect autumn day, like a walk on the beach.
Yeah, maybe. But I bet they're still listening to Taylor Swift.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
Exactly. I love it. But no, I think, yeah, my day would be pretty similar. I must say, though, minus the cooking. Because if you know me, you know I do not cook. Maybe some baking, like autumnal baking, I could be into.
Fair enough. Yeah, autumnal baking is very important. I have yet to do a Halloween bake this year, actually, which is like poor show. But like I said to you before we started, it's been a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But I mean, next week is peak Halloween, so I think I'll definitely do some Halloween baking next week.
Definitely. I know. I'm intending to just have, because I've not really watched any like Halloween shows or Halloween movies this year. So next week is going to be the one for the spooky movies.
Yeah, it's like peak Halloween time. I haven't watched Hocus Pocus 2 yet.
I haven't watched Hocus Pocus 1, so I know. Yeah, it's quite embarrassing. But I feel like it's maybe the time has passed because like everyone who loves Hocus Pocus loved it in their childhood.
No. It still stands. It still stands. Oh, Lucy, it's so good. Please promise me that you will watch Hocus Pocus.
Okay, next weekend I'll include it in the movie lineup. I'm
going to text you because I'll be watching it on Halloween and I'll be like, hope you're watching Hocus Pocus.
I mean, you've bigged it up a lot. This is the thing, like when something's really hyped, I get like put off from it.
I get that. I do get that. But also it's really good. Because I haven't seen it for years, actually. And then I watched it again for the first time last year, probably since I was a kid. And I was like, no, it's still really good.
It still hits.
Yeah.
Okay, you've convinced me. Maybe I will watch it. Speaking of kind of autumnal movies, though, this book that I'm reading, which is kind of like a small town magical or like kind of supernatural mystery with a love story at the heart of it, is really giving me like Twilight New Moon vibes. Ooh. And I am being like literally swept back into the throes of like New Moon soundtrack, like all the kind of moodiness of that film. And I'm like, I need to watch the Twilight films again.
Yes.
Probably like 100th time, because like, if you know me, you know that my dark sordid past was that I was the biggest Twilight fangirl to ever exist.
She was. We had she is. We had a really interesting conversation the other day, and I think this is a sign that I know I'm getting old, because we were having a fight over. We were like, "Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?"
There's only one answer to this question.
I don't think I'm going to say what you're expecting, because then we were going back and forth about it, and we were like, "Yeah, but Edward did this, and then Jacob did that," and then we were like. And then at one point we were like, maybe we're Team Bella. And then we were like, nah, she made some pretty poor choices as well. And then we had a revelation that we're Team Charlie.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Team Carlisle, because then I'm game.
Okay. We're on the same wavelength. It's about the dads.
I think when you kind of watch those films or read those books again, you realise just like how toxic a lot of the behaviour is.
It's so toxic. Whereas
Which,
the dads, they're
you know,
like,
you romanticize when you're like 14
level-headed.
years old, but yeah.
Like Charlie in like his plaid shirt with like, I don't know, his moustache.
I am learning a lot about you now. That's hilarious.
He's
However,
so chill.
Carlisle, though, I think it's just the kind of like, it's very calm and considered, you know?
That's true.
But yeah, definitely. Well, that's been an enlightening conversation. We're not Team Edward or Team Jacob anymore, that's for sure. I really need to look at some of these comments because we've got a Team Edward here.
I was an original Team Edward, 100%.
Oh yeah, like t-shirts, everything.
No, I didn't have the
I'm
t-shirt.
exposing myself. It's embarrassing. And then back to our kind of autumn or dream day conversations. Every version of All Too Well. I love how you clarify every version of All Too Well. That's so true.
Sad girl autumn version.
I love that. A book and a cup of tea and a BBC period drama. Oh my god, yes. BBC
yes.
Dramas. Pride and Prejudice.
Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah. Very, very good.
Nice.
And then I love Kicking the Leaves. It's spring here in Australia. Oh, that's lovely. It must be so weird. Like, I guess like I'd have to really shift my head for it to be spring right now.
Yeah.
But also, it must be nice if you're, you know, in Australia and it's all nice and warm.
I feel like autumn and spring are like my two favorite seasons. I find like everything dying and then everything coming back to life. Those two.
I mean, we'll get to the winter. Like I always get to like January and hate my life. So
much.
There you go. However, so in 3 minutes time, we are going to do the first bout of our reading sprints. Grab your book. Has everyone got their book? And let us know what you'll be reading in the comments, please. So we are going to be reading for 20 minutes. So a reasonable sized reading sprint to kick us off. And we will put ourselves on mute from 6 p.m. so you can read in silence and you don't have to hear me slurping my pumpkin spice latte. And we will be back at 20 past 6. So let us know what you'll be reading in the chat. We really want to know your choices. Are you kind of reading similar vibes to our books, which are kind of like Halloween-y, spooky, dark? I hope so. So yeah, let me find the banner. So yeah, we're going to go live from 6 for the reading sprints, and I'm ready.
This is a lot of pressure. I've never read live before. It's going to be really embarrassing if I only manage like 5 pages.
I mean, I'm sure you won't. You work in publishing. You're used to reading fast. Although saying this, I do read really slow. But yeah, no, I'm hoping like to get halfway through this book by the end of these sprints today. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself. Let's just say that.
I believe in you.
Thank you. I'm really intrigued to see how you're going to like the first chapter of The Secret History.
Okay.
Not to spoil things, but it's a powerful one. Let's just say that.
Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm really excited.
Good. Right. Okay. So from 6 p.m, hope everyone's got their books. I'm going to put this little banner here to remind us, and we're going to go on mute. So everyone, we will see you at 20 past the hour, and we really hope that you get a lot of pages read. Let us know again in the chat what you're reading, and we'll pick back up at 20 past and check in with you all then. Okay, I think that is the 20 minutes up. So I hope everyone had a good reading sprint. Let me work out how many pages I've read. I think I've read like 34. How many pages did you read, Olivia?
That's very good. I read 15. I told you I was a reader.
I think like what you're reading though, like The Secret History is quite like, it's not dry, but I think it's probably a bit hard to read than this like mystical romance type thing.
I'm enjoying it. I was well and truly sucked in. You made me jump there.
Sorry, I did think that actually. I should have given you like a wave or something. But yeah, let us know if you're watching how your reading sprints went. How many pages did you read? And are you enjoying your book so far? That's the important thing. What do you what's your initial reaction of The Secret History, Olivia?
I'm very much enjoying the vibe.
Yes.
It's like immediately dark. I mean, obviously the prologue is very dark.
I told you with that prologue, it's such a good opening for a book.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, yeah. I don't want to spoil it for anyone.
I know.
I'm probably like the last person in the world to read it, but just in case. But no, yeah, I was instantly like, yeah,
in the book.
This is my kind of book.
Yeah.
And now going into chapter 1 as well, getting kind of like the background on the main character.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
I think you will really. I hope you really like the ending as well. It gets quite dramatic, as you can imagine.
Ooh, okay. Well, I love drama, so.
Exactly. No, it's really good. You what? Sorry.
How's yours going?
Good. It is giving me like major new moon vibes. I said this before. It's like basically it's kind of like a witchy, very small town. There's a big mystery, and basically like childhood sweethearts were then like torn apart because he's basically been accused of like murdering someone in this like small island where they live. But like he's now come back to this island, and like it's dredging up loads of like old secrets, and it's very kind of like understated, and it's kind of like giving me like Gilmore Girls vibes, but like if it was like a really dark Gilmore Girls, like if it's like
oh my god, that is such a bitch. Because like I a little bit like the Gilmore Girls. I like the like general vibe of Gilmore Girls, but I think my issue with it is that it is a bit fluffy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you mean. If you want a bit of drama, it's not really
another nice drama. Day in Stars Hollow, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you could take that and then make it really gritty. I'd be on board.
I mean, that's kind of what this is. It's like I really like the small town, like any type of small town book. I am in for. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's taken me like it's quite a quick read. Like I'm already on page 137, and it's not the longest of books, but actually like I'm enjoying it so far. No complaints. So yeah, so far so good. I've just seen a comment from Bronwyn saying, I've read 10 pages. I'm so reader, just started my book, not sure how I feel yet. Let us know what you're reading. Like, it'd be interesting to know what you're not kind of vibing with so far.
Also, nothing wrong with 10 pages. I'm on the same page.
Yeah, exactly. Love it. Seamus said, I'm reading Fall of Poppy, Stories of Love and the Great War, and I only managed to squeeze a few pages in. Oh, that's really interesting. Yeah. Is that a fiction book or is that a non-fiction book? Either way.
Or are they stories based on real life events as well?
Ooh, yeah.
Intrigued.
Well, yeah, I'm very intrigued by that. And also it's like no matter how many pages, you're still reading. So it's still great. You know,
that's what we're here down to make the time, isn't it?
Definitely, which is why it's quite nice. Like I love hosting kind of reading sprints because actually I find it really hard to kind of carve out the time, especially like during a weekend and stuff when you just want to like lie on the couch and binge watch stuff.
Yeah,
it's nice to actually dedicate the time to reading.
Yeah, it's so true actually. I've got really bad at that. Like I used to, I would just sit down and like read for several hours, but it's so much easier to just sit in front of the TV, isn't it? Or do boring stuff like laundry.
Oh my God, that's all I do is laundry.
Yeah, weekends are just for laundry. So this weekend, I'm not watching anything. I'm just going to read.
Literally, I know. The book Bronwyn was reading was The Once and Future Witches by Alice. I think that's Alex E. Harrow. I've heard great things about this. I really am intrigued. I have not read anything by this author, so I would be intrigued.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that one, but it sounds like it's very much autumnal vibes.
Sounds spooky, definitely.
Yeah.
And then, that Fall of Poppies, the stories of love and the Great War. Book of short stories about World War I from different historical fiction authors like Hazel Gaynor. Oh, that sounds great. I've never heard of this before.
That does sound really cool. Is it a new book? Has it just come out, or?
I have no idea. Yeah, let us know if it's a new book or if it's quite old. I have never heard of this before, but it sounds very really cool. For sure. Just joined going to start a series of unfortunate events. Oh my gosh, that series is really bad.
Such a good shout. That was one of my favourite series as a kid. It still is, but
yeah,
I've still got all my original copies. I feel like that's quite autumnal as well. I don't know why. I think maybe it's the whole it's a bit gothic, isn't it?
It's definitely gothic, and the kind of it always gives me I know I keep harping on about small town vibes, but because it's a very all the locations are quite isolated that
yeah
in, that's the perfect thing to read this.
They're all quite spooky, aren't they? It's like lumber mills and tiny little seaside towns. Oh, I really want to reread Series of Unfortunate Events now.
You've inspired us. The thing that stuck out to me about a Series of Unfortunate Events is, and it's scarred me, I think I can't remember if it was book 1 or book 2. I think it's book 2, where basically they row out onto the lake or something.
It's book 3.
Book 3, and basically the whole thing is if you eat something and you
with
go
the leeches.
With the leeches, yeah, and that's scarred me for life. And I'm always in my head being oh well, you can't swim if you've been eating something because it's really
I
bad.
always think that too, and I'm I know there aren't actually man-eating leeches in the water, and I know they say don't eat for an hour because you'll get indigestion. No, it's the real reason. But in the back of my head, I'm if you eat this, you got to give it a good hour, otherwise the leeches are going to get.
It's so weird how that's just stuck in my head. But
it's a good book.
Definitely. And thank you for joining. If you have just joined, that's great. That's the beauty of these 2-hour reading sprints is you can join whenever you want to, and there's no pressure. Just so everyone knows, we will be sprinting at 35 minutes past the hour, and that will be a bit of a longer sprint. That will be for 25 minutes. So if you haven't yet gotten your book ready, or get yourself another beverage, you're more than welcome to. So 5-minute warning for the reading sprints. And then someone just said, sending love from India. I'm loving how international this live stream is. So cool. But yeah, what are you're going back to Secret History, I'm guessing. You're not going to chop and change.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, I'm in now.
You're in.
I assume you're going to stick with yours too.
Oh yeah, I'm I used to be really good at reading multiple books at once, and now I'm really, really not.
Same. I used to have I'd have a traveling book, I'd have a bedside book, and then I'd have a bath book.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And they would all stay in their so travel book was always in my bag, bath book was always in the bathroom, funnily enough. And then bedside book. And I would read all 3 at the same time. And now if I do that, I will never finish any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean, because I used to always have a Kindle book on the go at all times and a physical book. And then it would ensure that I read double the amount of books, but that just never happened. So
yeah, I think, if anything, it makes me read less books. I start a lot of books and then don't finish them.
I know what you mean. Yeah. I am really bad with that, which was why, so yesterday, I mentioned that I finished a whole book in a day, and I can't remember the last time I've ever done that, because I'm so bad at reading something halfway and then getting bored, or it's not really hooking me, putting it down for ages and then forgetting about it.
That is such a good feeling. I can't remember the last time I did that, where you literally can't put it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've said this so many times on my channel, and I'll say it again. The Kingdom of the Wicked series by Kerry Maniscalco If you want books that you cannot put down and are so addictive, like I binge read the third book in the series, that's what I read all day yesterday. And I was like a mess, an emotional wreck by the end of it, but it was worth it.
Yes, that's what I want. I want a book that's going to make me cry and tear my hair out.
Exactly.
I'm all about that.
It's worth it. I love it.
I want the pain.
Exactly. I know. But I used to be so good at just like reading books in a day. Like I remember, do you remember did you ever read the Vampire Academy and Bloodline series by Rochelle Mead?
You know what? Weirdly, I didn't.
Oh.
So I read, like, I did Twilight and I did all the Sookie Stackhouse ones.
Oh yeah.
I never did Vampire Academy.
Those books. I remember I remember when the Bloodline series was coming out, I would pre-order the book, and then on release, I remember I was at uni and I'd go to my lectures and then the book would be waiting for me when I got home, and I just literally binge read a whole book in about like 4 hours. Like
wow.
They were just that addictive. And
I do remember with Twilight, when I was reading them, the first 3 were out and the 4th one was like just about to come out. And so I remember finishing the 3rd one and being at home and being like, well, what am I supposed to do now? And I knew the 4th one had just come out. So I lived in a really small town that didn't have a bookshop. So I walked like half an hour to the train station, got a half an hour train to the nearest town that had shops, and went and bought it and then like read it the whole way home.
I love that. Oh my god.
And then like my sister had friends around as well, and they were people I kind of knew too. But I was just like, I'm not coming down. Like they all came up to my room like, are you okay? And I was like, yes, I'm fine, thank you. Have a nice evening, goodbye.
Yeah, I love that. Well, it kind of makes sense that you're in publishing and an author then. Just always been like that.
Yeah, I did once. I used to like walk around reading books as well, and I've walked into a lot of stuff doing that. Like I've walked into the back of parked cars and like columns and stuff. I don't do that anymore. I've learned, especially in London. Oh my God, can you imagine?
You would get knocked over in London.
I would be dead.
Yeah, not advised. Not advised. Yeah. But yeah, I love that. I've never been good at reading and walking, so I wouldn't try it.
Me neither. As I said, I got injured, so I wouldn't recommend it.
I love it. I'll just have a little look at some of the comments. So Bronwyn said it's 4:30 in the morning in Australia. Oh my lord!
Respect.
How are you here? This is amazing. Well, thank you.
That's what I miss. I miss like being up and reading when you're like, my eyes hurt so much, but I can't put this book down.
Yeah, I really want to know, Bronwyn. Have you stayed up for this, or are you just up super early anyway? Like, have you already been
up super late?
Yeah.
Have you slept?
Have you slept? That's the question. I would not be. I'm not good at staying up late or getting up early, so I would not be surviving at 4:30. That's for sure. Ex Libra says it's Diwali tomorrow, and my town looks like a sea of lights. Oh, oh my gosh! So cool. Very, very exciting. Very exciting. And Shema said, "Oh, this is about the book, the short story novel 1, published in 2016. The authors are Jennifer Robson, Beatrice Williams, and Lauren Willig. Does that say? Yeah. Edited by Heather Webb. All the love stories are set in November 1918. Oh my gosh, Olivia, this sounds like your perfect book.
Oh my god." I need to get this.
Yeah, that does sound pretty amazing.
That does sound amazing.
I love the idea that they're all love stories.
Yeah, I'm all over that.
And Bronwyn says, yes, I've been up all night reading. You are a hero. Oh my lord.
Respect,
amazing.
Bronwyn. We love it.
We respect that for sure. This is everyone's 1 minute warning. We are about to do more reading sprints. Let us know if you're if you have just joined like during the first reading sprint or after that. Let us know what you're reading in the chat, because we would love to know. We would love any recommendations, and we're really excited to have you join us. So this reading sprint is going to go on for 25 minutes. So a little bit of a longer one. Get your beverage of choice ready, cozy up, get your book, and we're going to reconvene at 7 p.m. Is that right? Yes, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
UK time, obviously. So everyone, we will see you then. Happy reading. Let us know what you are going to be reading as well. And we will see you very, very soon. I'm going to mute. Okay, time is up. How's everyone doing? How many pages did everyone manage to read? Olivia?
I'm getting so sucked into this book.
Are you? Yay!
Yeah.
Exciting.
I'm on page 27. So
Good.
I probably read like another 10, 15 pages.
That's good. Yeah. I'm excited that you're getting into it.
What about you?
I am on page 179. I am flying through this book. I think it is very readable. It's like quite like easy reading. Like you don't have to think a lot, you know. And there's a lot of dialogue, which I always love. My brain just always skips to the dialogue, which is a bad habit, but
it's quite. I find it's quite easy to like take in, though, isn't it, when it's conversational? Definitely.
Well, yes, let us know in the chat how many pages you managed to read, and if you're enjoying your book so far. I must say, I think like I really want to try and finish this tonight.
Go for it. How far in are you?
I am halfway through now, so I've got this much left.
Okay.
I think I could do.
That feels doable. It's 7 o'clock, you know.
7. Loads of time. Yes. And for anyone who has just joined, or if you're kind of wanting to know what the next half hour is going to look like, we are going to just have a little debrief, a chat for the next 15 minutes, and then we'll round off the reading sprints with a 15-minute sprint at 1:15. So there you go. Olivia, I think we should talk about Taylor Swift Midnights now.
I think it's time, isn't it?
It's time. We have waited until the end of the readathon. I'm really sorry if you don't like Taylor Swift. Bear with us for like 2 minutes, and then
we'll do a really quick run through.
We'll be really quick. But anyone who does love Taylor Swift, let us know in the chat and let us know what you thought about Midnight, please. What's your favorite song?
Anti-Hero, 100%.
Interesting. I think it's definitely the one that's like the most like earwormy. Like it's the obvious like single.
It's that's what I thought. It definitely has obvious single vibes. But yeah, it's just really like quite a poppy tune, but also like the lyrics are just great.
So good.
And
I know.
Have you watched the video as well?
Yes, the video is so good. Oh my god,
really funny. What's your favorite?
Okay, so I'm an absolute nerd, and this afternoon, in between reading, I don't know if anyone can see that. That says Midnight's ranking on it.
Oh my god.
I ranked the entire album. So my number one song is Mastermind. That's number one.
That's in my top 5.
Yeah,
I love that song.
I am like, just, it's incredible. And then my second favorite is Would've, Could've, Should've, and then Anti-Hero.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Would've, Could've, Should've is growing on me.
It's the bridge. Like
it is it's 100% the bridge.
She's known
one
for
of those ones where I don't always realise what song it is yet as soon as it comes on, and I'll be like, "What is it?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's Would've, Could've, Should've." And it's whenever it's the bridge, I'm like, "This one's good. What is this?"
I know. I'm just a sucker for a bridge. So number 4 is You're on Your Own, Kid, because bridge.
I love that one.
So yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not really, my least favorite is like Dear Reader and The Great War. Like I've just not listened to those enough to really get into them, I don't think.
I quite like The Great War. It's definitely not like in my top. I was gonna say definitely not in my top 10. I don't think it's in my top 10. It's definitely not in my top 5. I really don't like Midnight Rain.
Yeah, Midnight Rain's a little bit like, I think it's my number 10.
That's a skip for me.
Oh no, Midnight Rain's number 13, interestingly enough. Yeah, it's very, very it's quite like, it doesn't have a load of substance. I don't know.
And it just doesn't really feel like it fits with the rest of the album either. I don't know. Personally, it's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I would hate to slate on Taylor, but yeah, I'm like,
skip. That's interesting. Yeah. I know what you mean. Like, I think, because everyone's obviously raving about Midnights a lot, and I'm kind of like, compared to her other albums, I'm not quite there with saying it's like in my top 5 Taylor albums yet. But who knows? Like, I think I just need more time with all the songs.
Yeah.
Because it is obviously a big album. Like, there's a lot of songs to be getting on with.
Exactly. So, like, yeah, there's ones that at first I was like, yeah, that's okay. And actually, the more I listen to it, they're growing on me more and more. So, weirdly, like, the songs that I said when, like, I'd done my first listen were my favourites have now probably, like, completely changed, apart from Anti-Hero. Anti-Hero's always been number one. I really like, no one's really mentioned this one, but Snow on the Beach.
Right, Snow on the Beach. I like the vibe. The vibe is perfection.
I feel like it's going to carry me really nicely.
Lana, more of a role.
Oh my God, that is so true. I'm like, you can't say it features Lana Del Rey when all you let her say is Snow on the Beach.
Exactly. And also, it could have been even better, in my opinion, if like there'd been a good blend of like Lana doing a verse, Taylor doing a verse, and then them both harmonizing for the chorus. But
yeah,
just Lana's just on backing vocals for this one,
which is really sad because I love Lana as well. So I'm like, I was really excited about the like prospect of that one when she released all the names.
Yeah, definitely.
But I do really like it, and I think it has got quite like wintry vibes in general, like the tune and like the intro at the beginning. So I'm like, it's nice to have one that's going to carry quite nicely into December.
Yeah, definitely.
In my head.
It's that's what I mean. It's kind of like slow and quite like nostalgic sounding.
Yeah,
I really like. But yeah, big fan. You obviously know me. I am a Taylor stan for life. And
I'm still going to try and get tour tickets, obviously.
Oh God, yeah, I know.
Although I was a bit like, I'm interested to see how she performs this live because it's quite like chill vibes. A lot of it.
But we know that Taylor likes a mashup, so she like often mashes up like songs together from different albums.
Yeah.
So I can imagine her like doing a few of these like on piano or like
exactly
in a guitar section or something. But
so many people have said as well that like it's like the Lover Reputation Love Child album. Like it's a bit of the two. So it's kind of like you can see how it would fit in really nicely with her backlist as well. And obviously because she hasn't performed anything live since before Lover, right? Because
the Reputation was the last one in the UK.
Which was that 2017?
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've had a long wait. But
we're so ready.
Oh, so ready. Also terrified for actually the experience of getting tour tickets. But
I'm incredibly stressed about it already, and we don't even know when it's going to be.
I know. But anyway, that was our Taylor Swift.
That's it.
Let us know if you're a Taylor Swift fan and you're watching this. We want to know your favourite song, please.
And if you're not, I'm sorry.
Exactly. That is as important to the Cosy Autumn Readathon as anything else. Like, we have to pay homage to our Queen Taylor Swift. So there you go. But to kind of round off the chatty section of this live show, I guess, like, obviously, thank you all for watching this. We are going to do another reading sprint section to end the live show, starting at 15 minutes past the hour. But I hope everyone's Cosy Autumn Readathon has been really fun so far and very, very cozy. Olivia, what else is on your autumn TBR?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Lucy.
This one I prepared earlier.
Literally, I was like, I've been meaning to do this for ages, and thank God for the Cosy Readathon, because I was like, okay, you actually have to put one together now.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I'm now currently well and truly into this one, so Secret History. And then after that, we've got very similar vibes. We've got If We Were Villains.
I'm dying to read that book. I need to read that book.
I've heard such good things about this, and I think it came out like quite a while ago because I heard about it because like there was an anniversary edition or something.
Oh, really?
Waterstones. Yeah. When did it come out? 2017. Yeah, so yeah, it must be like a 5-year anniversary edition. So if you've already read it and love it, there's a really nice hardback from Waterstones, FYI. But I was really tempted, but I was like, you don't actually know that you like it yet. Just buy it.
True. An investment.
Yeah. And I feel like
If We Were Villains and hold up the cover of The Secret History, like they are very quite similar. I
bought this because of this.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I hadn't read this yet.
Yeah.
I'm a nightmare. But that's what. So I was debating with Lucy before we came live about whether I should read this one or Secret History first. And I was like, Secret History feels like a safe bet that if I like it, I'm definitely going to want to read this next.
Yeah.
Whereas this one was more of a wild card. And I was like, if I don't like this, am I then going to not read Secret History for like another 5 years? I'm not doing that to myself.
Exactly.
And then what else have we got? We've got, I'm quite embarrassed that I haven't read this yet either. The Binding. So
perfect autumnal vibes.
Yeah, again, like, you know, everyone's read it. It looks super gothic and nice and historical vibes as well. So it's sat on my shelf for a good few years, just waiting for me to read it. And it's finally the time.
Love
and
it.
Then, last but not least, again, like super autumnal vibes, we've got Pine by Francine Toon, which, like, just look at that cover.
It's so good. I love the cover of that.
Yeah, and like nice like copper foil as well. I was just like, yeah, it's giving me all of the autumn vibes. And this one's like quite spooky as well. So yeah, on the back it says
I don't know what it's about. Oh yeah, read us the back. What's it about?
It says they are driving home from the search party when they see her. The trees are coarse and tall in the winter light, standing like men.
Ooh.
And then inside, what does it say? Oh, they live alone in the Highlands.
Okay, I'm
a small village surrounded by a pine forest.
Yeah.
Oh my god! A woman stumbles onto the road one Halloween night. Sorry, I haven't read this blurb.
You should have been reading this for the readathon.
I need to like race through the Secret History so I can read this in time for Halloween. So I've got a week. Oh my god! In a community where daughters rebel, men quietly rage, and drinking is a means of forgetting, mysteries like this are not out of the ordinary.
Wow. Okay, I have to add that to my TBR now. Like, I haven't had no intentions of reading this book, and now I'm like,
it sounds really. I'd completely forgotten what it was about. I bought it because of the cover. I won't lie, and then it sat on my shelf for like 3 years. Yeah, people go missing. There's like stone circles and creepy villagers, and it's set in a Highland small forest town. Perfect. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so excited to read this. Actually, I'd completely forgotten why I bought it.
Let us know in the chat if you've read Pine. We want to know. I am putting it on my TBR after this.
What have you got on your TBR so far, Lucy?
So it's spread out everywhere. But this weekend, I obviously need to finish Spells for Forgetting. And then I've got the other ones by Fran Hart. It's a new release, and it's like a YA queer mystery. So I'm very, very excited. I think it's like the cover is just so autumnal. There's like pumpkins everywhere.
I saw that in Waterstones the other day, and I was like, I need that.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm reading next. So I really hope it's good.
Yeah, let me know about that one because I was really intrigued.
Yeah, definitely. And I think because it's YA, it's also quite short, so it feels like the right book to be ending the readathon with. But not gonna lie, I'm hoping to like finish that. I mean, I'm being really ambitious. This is me in a nutshell. I'm hoping to finish that as well, so I can start like something on my Kindle maybe as well to round it off. I've got a lot of dark romances on my Kindle, so maybe reading one of those as well. But basically, I think I'm maybe pushing myself a bit too much there because that's a lot of pages.
Oh, me too. I mean, like the Binding is.
Oh, it's quite a chunky book.
Chunky. It's like 450 pages long, and it's taken me this 2-hour readathon to read like chapter 1 of Secret History because I'm really slow. So
there's nothing wrong with being a slow reader though. Like, I think you'll absorb more. My issue is I try and read really fast and then don't really take it in. Like, I'm not fully present when I'm reading it.
So you're like, what did I read? What happened?
Yeah, sometimes I get really distracted. Like, I've tried to listen to Taylor Swift and read earlier, and I just kept focusing on the Taylor Swift lyrics rather than reading the book. So
you know what? I so nearly put Taylor Swift on, but I was like, you're just going to listen to Taylor and you're not going to be reading.
Well,
because she's such a storyteller.
Well, exactly. There you go. That's rounded it off nicely. But this is the 1 minute warning. We are going to be ending this readathon in the next 15 minutes, but we do have 15 minutes of sprinting to do. So get your book ready for the final bout of reading sprints, and I hope you managed to have read a lot of pages in this kind of reading sprint session, and we hope you have enjoyed this live show. We'll obviously come back on to say goodbye, but for the next 15 minutes, we are just going to be finishing off our reading sprint. So get your book ready, get a cozy blanket, get your drink of choice, and we'll see you back here at 30 minutes past the hour. So, okay, mute. Okay, time is up for that reading sprint, and this is officially the end of the live show. So I hope everyone managed to get a good number of pages read. I'm now on page 205 of Spells for Forgetting, which I'm pretty happy with, actually. How are you doing, Olivia?
I'm on page 35.
Good.
It's really good. I'm definitely going to keep reading after we're done.
This. Excellent. Yeah. And I hope everyone else managed to read some pages there as well. Let us know in the chat if you did. But this is now the end. So thank you all so much for joining us. Olivia, thank you for joining. And I think everyone needs to go and buy your debut novel, Beautiful Little Fools. There is a link in the description. Look at that beautiful cover as well. You all need some great Gatsby goodness in your life.
Thank you so much for having me. I've really enjoyed being part of this and getting cozy. And thank you for making me sort out my autumn TBR, which is really important.
You're more than welcome. You are more than welcome. And thank you so much for everyone for watching and for taking part in the readathon. I am over on Twitter and Instagram at BookBellReads. Links are in the description. And you can follow Olivia there too. I've linked her Twitter and Instagram in the description bar below if you want to give her a follow. And oh, you got some beautiful little fools love here. Yay!
Amazing. Yay! Thank you.
Love that. Well, thank you all so much. Have a wonderful evening or day wherever you are. And we will see you very, very soon. And thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye.